Guys know the deal. Kaplan Cycles.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. We don't have turkey. We got big boar. Badass ride right there. That is Guys, this is officially the fastest 500 we've ever had on the dyno. 72 horsepower at the crank, 64.8 at the rear wheel. It's pretty outstanding. The second fastest was a 539 board and stroke unit. This is the beauty of this thing, is it's a stock bottom end. We need to put a new clutch in it. It's slipping a little bit. It was slipping on when it was hooking up on the dyno and on the tar too. So, but it's got power down low from 4,000 to 6,500 RPM. The meat of the power band. It's gnarly, man. So, yeah. Thanksgiving and God bless America. configurations later, we finally got the magic one. Wow, check this out, guys. 64.23 rear wheel horsepower. Between 4,000 and 6,000 RPM, you've got over 60 horsepower. That's 72 horsepower at the crank, because the parasitic drag is about 12%. Just to put that in perspective, we've tested all kinds of hot rod cylinders and cranks and everything under the sun. This is a bone stock bottom end. In fact, it has a factory original clutch in here, which is slipping a little bit. We do believe there could be 4 or 5 horsepower more. The clutch was slipping on the last few pulls, so we're going to put a better clutch in it and some heavier springs and see what she'll do. But this is a bone stock engine cases. The only thing we've done to this is a key and carb. It has a 1/2-inch spacer on it, and we've got the MSV exhaust valve, and it's got the Higgy exhaust pipe. So it's all the performance improvement is in the cylinder and the head. The porting, the KPR porting is absolutely off the hook. And to put that in perspective, probably the most expensive CR500 we ever sold was a built 500 AJ. I talked to AJ, said, AJ, we didn't even talk about the price ever. I said, build me the best 500 that's ever been built that you've ever done. And it was a brand new aluminum frame, 2023. And the engine cases were billet crank. It was sent out to Tom Morgan, where it was bored and stroked to 539. And that put down 62 horse. This is remarkable that the porting work on this bike got it from stock at 52 horse. That's about an average stock, good, strong CR500 with a good clutch is around 52 horse, about the same as a good 450. But we've added 12 horsepower with minimal intervention and without even changing the clutch. So it's absolutely, I'm blown away. The Higgy pipe, we tried all the pipes, this Higgy pipe. I know some people call it Hugu or whatever. It looks like Higgy to me, but they're made in Canada, fantastic pipes. And we get about an extra horsepower on that pipe. It's much more expensive. It's, I think, $750 compared to under $300 for an FMF. So for my personal race bike, I just want an FMF. But if you want the most horsepower, actually a CPI hill climb pipe, this engine would probably put down another 4 or 5 horse with a CPI hill climb pipe, that like I have in my hill climber, but it's huge. It's out to here. The magic in this engine is not in what it's putting down, it's where it's putting it down. Right off of idle, you've got over 40 horsepower, and it goes up to 65 horse. So this is roll it on, crack it on, wheelie all the way up the start straightaway on this thing without revving it out very much. It's a motocross engine, guys. This is not a hill climb engine. We've had hill climb engines that are, one-trick ponies that might be, they make 615 Ligers and stuff like that will put down more horse. But this is set up to roll up to the line at Southwick or Central Village or any of the local tracks, any of the national tracks, and kick ass. So this porting would be perfect for like the 2-stroke national. If you don't pull the Holy on this thing, you effed up, because this is one stout package. And like I said, I think there's more in it. We just got to try the clutch. And we went through some jetting changes. We started out, it was around, we had the stock jetting, the jetting that was in it when it wasn't, before it was ported, and had the big bore. This is a 91, how do we get it to 514? It's actually 513.7 cc's, 513.79, I think. We rounded it up to 514. So it's a 91 millimeter Wiseco piston, available off the shelf. We're working on getting some custom pistons made that'll even give us more horsepower, change the compression ratio a little bit. So there's more in it. We've been working on this for a little while. Keith did a wonderful job on the porting, and it's dialed in. Wizard and Mr. Turbo here, Justin Harris, worked on the jetting. How many different jetting configurations did you try?
This is our third. This was our third attempt.
Third. And this was the best, 64.23.
Yeah, and the thing about this is this bike's set up for mid-range. As much as it made the most horsepower we've ever tested on a CR500, this bike is actually between the pipe and the way we have it set up, it's really actually more mid-range than top end. And you kind of see that in the graph, but it's remarkable. Once we put a clutch in this thing is probably going to pull over 70 horsepower, which for a CR500, for what this is, it's ridiculous. It's incredible.
So much power.
Nothing special in the fuel. It's just VPT2, right?
Yeah, just VPT2.
We run VP just to keep it fair. We don't run any designer or specialty fuels in any of the bikes. We run VP in all of them, so we know exactly what's up. Thanks to Steiger Designs, Christy, my honey, for doing the killer graphics package. This is my son Kenny Jr.'s bike. I'm working on this. Wizard and I gave him the cylinder, ported cylinder. Billy polished it for his 20th birthday. 5 years ago. We handed him a cylinder, and we're like, son, it's time for you to get a 500. He was riding a 252 stroke. So, and Wizard spent 150 hours of chop labor and built him one from scratch, and that's this bike. But this is probably
the remake after he has hammered the crap out.
How many times? How many times? Well, I think it's.
How many cylinders have we changed?
We had an aluminum built 500 block in here with an MRE engine in it. That was excellent, and we had
$7,000 motor, right?
It was $8,000, including our bottom end. That's the beauty of this engine right here. It's all stock. The engine cases. If you have a ratty CR500 you pulled out of someone's barn that you bought for $3 or $4 grand, it'd be pretty cool to do this actually, to just keep it looking shitty and get the suspension done by factory connection. Because if you pull up with this one, they expect you to go fast, right?
Yes.
And just bolt this top end on it, the KPR porting package, and you've got a legit dyno proven 64 horse, 72 at the crank monster. Nothing compares, and it's rideable on a motocross track or in the woods or just for play riding.
Yeah, I mean, you could putz this thing around, and Ken, I think you forgot to mention the best part, which is that this cylinder and head setup is going to be available to you guys.
We don't want to tell them too much yet. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
no promises.
It's not available right now. We're working on coming up with a. We want to see. We've been working at this since 1986. I've been riding CR500s, racing CR500s, and drag racing, grass drags, mostly motocross. I competed in the AMA, tried to qualify for the Nationals on a CR500 at Binghamton and Unadilla and back in the late 80s on a bone stock 500. And that's the beauty of these 500s. Even a bone stock one, if it's worn out, it'll still have 48 horse, which is more than most mortals can ride with,
You've been hill climbing too.
Oh, I've been hill climbing forever. I've been doing a lot of hill climbing. My bike's currently set up as a hill climber. So they're basically bulletproof, and any bozo could bolt this top end on. Any backyard mechanic could bolt, because it's not like doing a four-stroke, a high-tech engine where you have mapping and fuel injection and all that shit. You got a freaking 39. I've been working on these engines since I was 15 years old. I'm gonna be 60 in the springtime. For 40. When I was 15, I could take an engine like this apart and re-ring it, clean the carb, put a new air filter in it. So you don't have to be it's a forever engine. I haven't found anything more durable than the Honda CR500. I mean, KTM's doing an awesome job with their 300s, their new 300s. If I was going to race a bike today, competitively in motocross or vet motocross, I would run the KTM 300. That would be my weapon of choice. But if I wasn't riding a CR500, that's the only other bike I really would want to ride. But it's just a hoot to ride these two strokes, and 72 horsepower is absolutely insane. And to think this technology was back in the mid 80s, 40 years ago.
Yeah.
It hasn't been, the only development that's been done on it is guys like Tom Morgan and Millar Race Engineering, and there's a bunch of guys out there that still do two-stroke porting. JGR, Bundy, Pro Circuit. There's a bunch of, who else is still doing these?
Gilbert probably. Gilbert Racing.
Yeah.
KPR for sure.
We're definitely still working on these, and there's more in store. We're working on doing a KX500 also. So very soon you probably saw the two strokes only brand new 2024 KX500. Well, that bike sold, and the buyer who bought it wants a KPR top end on it. And I was like, thank you, Lord, because I really want to build this bike. And we believe that KX500, Wizard and I, that KPR 500 was the fastest 500 we've ever rode.
Could not stop spinning the tire, top gear on the road.
Fifth gear, we've never had a bike do that. Fifth gear on the road. When I bought it in, I was like, Wiz, I think that's got 58 pounds of air in the rear tire. It's still spinning. He's checked it. He goes, no, it's 12. I said, here, you try it. And he comes back with a big smile. Same thing, spinning, burning rubber all the way up this street. But it was rideable. And that bike, we put it up that weekend for sale for much higher than I thought it would sell for, because I didn't want to sell it. I'm like, I'm going to ride this one. So I'm going to hill climb it. And Junior's like, Pops, we got to sell it. So I put it up for substantially more than I thought it would sell for. And one of our clients called in, traded in 2 AFs, and bought that bike. And I cried myself to sleep, because I knew Keith Smith. That was all titanium, everything. That's the other thing. We got a lot of titanium on this bike. Yeah. We've got titanium axles. What's titanium on this now?
Titanium axles to titanium motor mounts.
Did you order the bolt kit yet?
Nope.
Can you get that on order? I want to lighten this thing up as much as we can.
Sure.
That was one of the things in the KX500. It was below the FIM weight limit. We had Jeff Castine, the Man Mechanics motorcycle scale, and we put it on there. It was below. I couldn't believe it. I forget exactly what the number was. It was like 219 or something like that.
Yeah,
it was insanely light combined with the most horsepower. So we're doing another KX. That brand new 2024 two strokes only is getting a KPR cylinder on it, and I am freaking pumped. We'll probably do a Growler Racing's working on some pipes for us now, which are supposedly going to be as good or better than the Higgy. We'll find out on the Dyno. That's the thing. We don't, a lot of advertisers claim their stuff's better, and we don't like to throw people under the bus, so we don't report the bad news. We only report the good. If somebody's got a product that doesn't perform, we just don't use it. So if you see something on our bikes, it's not there by a chance. It's not there because they're sponsoring us, because I pay for this shit out of my pocket. We had 4 guys working on this project all goddamn day today, 8 hours. So I pay for all this. There's no sponsorship, except for you YouTube guys. I get some YouTube monetization, right? So I'm paying for it. So, and this is my son's bike, okay? So his life is at stake here riding this thing. So that's why there's Olin's on it. That's why there's Talon hit rims on it. So he's always had the best of everything when we raced, because I didn't want anything left to chance. And Wizard spins the wrenches on it and make sure it's perfect every time. But he's destroyed this thing 3 or 4 times in the last 5 years. I'm just like, when we take it right down to the frame, we just did a frame up on it. I'll bet we have well over 500 hours into this thing between testing and tuning and all the different engines configurations. And we tried everybody's porting. We tried every pipe.
Yeah, we
made.
Like, let's look at that. Let's give it a redo. And we went through the whole thing all over again.
And we tried all the carbs too. We tried pretty much
Everything.
every carb, the smart carbs, the dumb carbs, the electric carbs, the stick carbs, every effing carb you'd imagine. And you know something? Some of them work good if you're, doing hill climbing or sand drags or something like that, where it's fucking open everywhere. But we're riding these things around a whooped out Southwick motocross track. It's 25 miles. That's where we go to ride. And there's big whoops and big sandy berms, and you need power from right off island. If I can't go up the driveway here, the tar driveway in second gear and at 2,500 RPM, if I can't crack the throttle, have it stand up and then comfortably catwalk it up the driveway, wheelie all the way up, then the motor's no good. It can't be that explosive power, because when you come out of a corner, you want it to hook up and you want the front end to come up to go over the whoops and time yourself on the whoops.
You just bury yourself.
Yeah.
You scrub off all your speed, will bury yourself right in the ground. They're so powerful.
So when you say, oh, well, my hill climber's got 90 horsepower or whatever, this is a motocross bike, 72 horsepower, and it's set up to ride on a big national track or a smaller local track. It's set up for motocross. So things been pretty much bulletproof. The one thing I will say is Junior used to blow up. I'll say a lot of things, I guess, but one thing, Junior used to blow up his YZ125s every damn weekend. Like, I'd have to buy him a new engine, he used to hold those things tapped and melt the pistons every weekend. And the YZ250, same thing, it was blowing up, not the top ends, but the trannies and stuff. So he's never blown up this 500 in 5 years. And we run them pretty hard. We run them on the Dyno. The Dyno's tough on the bike. You're holding it tapped. Yeah. I don't know how. I know you said you did 3 jetting, but I know you did more than. You did like 3 dyno runs with 3 jetting packages. So today alone, you've done 10 WFO dyno runs. So it's cool. It's fun. I wouldn't do this if we didn't love it. But
Junior's got a video out there that's got over 8 million views of him hole shotting against all the modern 450s.
That's right. Yeah,
over 4 million, over 8 million views.
Yeah, if you go on our channel and just you want to see this video, sort most views. Just click on most views, and it's our most viewed video by a long shot. He was on this bike at Southwick on a AMA NESC amateur race, and the pros went, and then he was the second gate. And he hole shot it and crashed twice and still finished second. But
and you did it on your phone.
Did it on the cell phone, and the cell phone overheated. That's why it ends at 3 minutes. But that was a fun day. Yeah. So he's been running marathons. He hasn't been racing, but I'm hoping that when he's ready, we'll be back at the track. If not, I'll race this damn thing in the 60+ class for sure.
And win.
I guarantee. I'll definitely get the hole shot. I don't know if I'll win, but I'll walk home if I don't get the whole shot. Third gear holy at Southwick. There's some fast guys in the 60 plus, but I won the 50 plus at the NESC 10 years ago. Coming up on 10 years, I won the NESC 50 plus Pro Class Championship. That was one of my big accomplishments. I was pretty happy with that.
In the back of the book, there's your names right
Yeah,
in there.
an NESC rule book. You can look it up. 2015. So, but these are a lot of fun. We could ride anything we want. We're a gas dealer, and we've got every brand of bike in stock. It's just something about a CR500. And that KX500 is pretty damn nice too, but that aluminum frame one. But these big, I don't understand why the manufacturers, why don't they make
simple.
a new 2-stroke 500? But if I have my way, eventually we will. So trust me, I'm talking to a lot of people about it, but eventually, hopefully, we'll produce one. Thank you all for watching. We're running out of time. It's Thanksgiving Eve here. Everybody have a great Thanksgiving. It's 4 o'clock. God bless America.